Hey guys, welcome to the Adam.
I'm Bruce.
And you know what beats an announcement for another game in a series you enjoy?
An announcement of an announcement for a game.
It's all happening. It's great. And despite our snide tone, here we are covering the announcement of an announcement.
Oh boy, that's exciting.
So much fun. So basically, you're 3 layers removed from anything actually related to Battlefield, but please keep watching. It will be interesting, we promise.
We promise. Battlefield series publisher Electronic Arts posted a teaser site this morning pointing to a first look at the future of Battlefield trademark, with a countdown timer set to expire in roughly a week.
Dear God. To be specific, the announcement/unveil event will occur on May 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. British Standard Time.
And that's it. That's all we have to go on, right, Lawrence?
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Please be safe and enjoy
Say
your
goodbye
May
to
the
the people,
4th.
Lawrence.
Man, if our jobs were just, hey guys, there's a website out there. Actually, you know what? A lot of people do
I was
that.
going to
Yeah,
say,
I
there
was
are a lot
gonna-
of people that have that job.
They write a
They-
blog
they-
post and then they send out a tweet about the blog post where the tweet could have everything in the blog post, but it doesn't.
It's easy. We'll just do the news story and put it up. What
That's
about
easy.
watch time? What's that?
Luckily for you guys, we're kind of huge Battlefield nerds here, so we can nitpick the shit out of this website and find some things to talk about.
Yay.
Also, that's our job. So here we go. The most easy things to notice: the colors are back.
Oh, boy.
We got some orange and blue, baby. It's Battlefield. We got the sparks too. Why mess with success? We got orange and blue and sparks. Sparks confirmed. Battlefield 5. The only other
stay.
bits that actually matter on this website is the Frostbite 3 logo.
That's important.
So yeah, the next Battlefield will run on the same engine as Battlefield 4 and Battlefront. No big surprise there. There's also the UPRISE logo.
What's that?
So that's a Swedish EA studio that made the companion app for Battlefront, but also maintained BattleLog, which is kind of the social server matchmaking layer for Battlefield, since 2012. So their logo on that website implies that there will be some kind of BattleLog integration or some kind of companion app maybe. There will be some kind of other layer to the next Battlefield other than just shooting dudes in the head.
Yep, makes 100% sense.
Lawrence is saying there will be app.
There will be apps.
And that about wraps it up for the website itself.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
All
Hey,
right,
have
we'll
a great
see you later.
weekend. Drive safe.
No, wait, no. But there have been a few other leaks in recent months about what the next Battlefield might be.
Ooh, fun. Games researcher Liam Robertson unearthed a Swiss retail listing for Battlefield 5 back in February, which at the time read,
I'm so happy
I'm
Adam
glad
has to
that you're
read
reading
this.
this. Go ahead.
Mehr Hesper, Tactic Shooter,
right.
I'm Juan.
Yep, that's right.
Well, Craig.
Aha, mystery solved. Oh, wait, we're dumb Americans. We don't really know this at all. So thank God for Google Translate,
Yeah.
which by the grace of God lets us know that this says multiplayer tactical shooter in WW1.
What?
Maybe.
Yeah, so the item listing has since been revised to remove that WW1 reference, but still, does this mean the next Battlefield will take place during World War I? Some say the best World War.
Lawrence, what do you think?
There's a couple of ways it makes sense and a couple of ways it doesn't. So given the glut of modern and near-future shooters, it could stand to reason that DICE would want to differentiate their next game by picking a radically different setting to try and recapture consumer interest that's burned out on dot sites and drones and tactical call-ins, and you tap your wrist and then people die. On top of that, Electronic Arts already has Titanfall 2 presumably releasing this fall. So why would they release 2 modern/near-future shooters right next to each other?
That's true.
So I don't know that they were planning it out this far in advance, because the next Battlefield's probably been in development for a while, and so is Titanfall, but I imagine EA can look ahead in the future and see, oh boy, these 2 products are lining up, so their early guidance to DICE, and probably DICE themselves, is like, okay, we have to go in a different direction, because they saw the motion in the ocean back in 2013, everything was going modern near future, so they might have taken a hard left just to preserve their brand awareness and image.
Good looking out there, yeah. Kids love gangrene and mustard gas. So the other potential leak regarding the next Battlefield involves a very suspicious Reddit post with potentially leaked Battlefield 5 marketing material. The images show Battlefield 5 Eastern Front and come from a Reddit account with no post history and no context as to where the images came from.
It includes an info sheet detailing planned expansions for the game, loaded with circles, notes, and highlights. Like real business people do. We could run down all the reasons we think this thing is fake, but we already did back in March. That was a long time ago. So
I don't even remember it.
I actually don't remember doing that either. Check that report if you want the full story. You can find a link in the description. Lawrence, were we in that one?
No, that was the other people.
That's why.
Hey, it's the No Family.
Okay.
The No Family, we called. That about wraps up everything we actually know or think we know about the next Battlefield.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right,
Drive
we'll see you
safe.
later.
Hey.
So let's start with a somewhat more trustworthy leak first. What about Battlefield 5 in World War I?
Right, as we said previously, it stands to reason that DICE may want to pick World War I just for the distinction, as there hasn't been a big budget multiplayer shooter set in that period yet, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. The problem is, or the reason it may not work out, is the particulars of World War I as an actual historical event make it a kind of a confusing choice.
Okay.
So I'm not going to claim to be a historian here. I just dabble on Wikipedia from time to time. But World War I was mostly muddy trench warfare over the same patch of shit. the entire time. So how do you make a retail game's worth of multiplayer assets out of a war that mostly took place in the same geographical location? It's just the same pile of trenches and mud, just going back and forth a little bit for a couple years, and then everyone decides, oh, this is terrible and stupid and we should stop.
Also, Germany started it.
Yeah, they start everything, those Germans.
I mean, Germany got real fucked at the end of that thing.
Lawrence, we were actually doing some research earlier, and we found out the weapons, vehicles, and aircraft in World War I were fucking metal as shit. They were awesome.
Yeah.
They were really awesome.
There's a time of innovation and killing. Yeah, as Bruce stated, most of these things were rudimentary engines with plate metal bolted on. While we realize how trite it is to label it as such, given how many people died, it kind of looks steampunk by modern standards.
I think that's probably where steampunk got it from.
Sure, of
It got
course.
it from World War I. Given that steampunk is or was, depending how trendy you are, popular in nerdy circles, it may just be the time for a big budget World War I shooter.
I like that. That said, DICE would probably have to fudge the realism to get a fun video game out of it. That's kind of an important factor. We don't imagine it'd be very fun to spawn into a game over and over just to die of asphyxiation of mustard gas in 30 seconds.
Or to have your entire squad horrendously murdered by a flamethrower.
Or to shoot a gun that's so inaccurate it just throws lead indiscriminately.
So if it is World War I, it's likely that DICE would have to take some liberties with the reality of the war to create a fun and interesting video game.
Maybe it'll just teach you something, like how to love. They could use the weapons and vehicles as inspiration to create a steampunky battlefield set in more of a varied and exotic location.
Okay.
Yeah, that could work and actually sounds kind of cool. Do you think so, Lawrence?
Yeah, maybe, depending. So here's the problem. If you have your one map, that's the Muddy Trench map, and then what do you do with the rest of it? I don't know, maybe it's a fictional alternate history?
Yeah.
Where the war occurred on more places than just Central Europe. So, I don't know, man. Like Africa. Like, World War II was everywhere. That's what makes it such ripe fodder for video games.
Yeah.
You have the Pacific Theater, you have Africa, all this stuff. And the Call of Duties found it all. So, that all got used. So, now you have to kind of invent new places to shoot people in alternate versions of World War I that I guess could potentially have spread to, I don't know, the North Pole.
I got 5 words for you, Lawrence. Blimp fight.
That's 2 words. And it could be 1 word if you just combine them.
Man, that'd be kind of cool though, like in Red Alert or something. You have dirigibles dropping bombs.
Yeah, but imagine like jumping out of a blimp into another blimp and then blowing that blimp up and then jumping out of that blimp.
Piloting the blimp would be so fucking boring.
All right, in a perfect world, let's actually talk about what we want from Battlefield 5.
I like that part. Yeah, so rather than locking down to a single setting, it'd be really cool to get a battlefield that spans all of them. Maybe the weapons, vehicles, and rule sets can be map dependent. So while you're playing on a server, it rotates through World War I, World War II, Vietnam, modern day, and even future warfare.
Well, granted, this is a shitload of work for DICE, we understand that. They'd essentially have to create and balance 5 games, and presuming the game releases this fall, they'd have had 3 years since the release of Battlefield 4 to work on this
Oh
game.
man, you can mix and match like you're in the future, but all of a sudden they're all got World War I weapons.
That's really
Your
difficult,
lasers
though.
don't work no more.
Lawrence, what else do we have?
It'd be nice to not use BattleLog, or at least not be forced to.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to choose between that and an in-game browser.
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
We live in a world of Steam overlays. I don't know why you can't just...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why you have to tab out. That's always confusing. We're also being very PC-centric here.
So maybe they're reworking it, yeah, but I never saw the benefit to the BattleLog overlay at all. It essentially was a less functional, more clunky version of all the stuff that existed already.
Yep.
So I guess DICE just really didn't want to tap into the friends list of Origin or Steam or anything else and make their own. Whatever, man. I guess it allows them to capture user data directly. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was weird,
Why not
though.
just put it inside the game like every other game ever made?
We have another request that's up there with pixie fairies and unicorns. It's pretty obvious, though. A bug-free launch would be very, very nice.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, while we do have fond memories of Giraffe Man, it'd be nice to play the game on day one with some stability with the servers.
That'd be really nice. We'd like to see Commander mode get some more love this time around too. We got the sense that the mode was altered in Battlefield 4 to fit the functionality of a mobile app. While it was a cool idea, playing Commander in 4 essentially meant you could fuck with the other team's radar sometimes. That's
Yeah,
about it. So some beefier Commander abilities, similar to Battlefield 2, would be very, very cool.
it'd be a lot of fun. The leveling curve could use some reworks too, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. So this is I don't know, when you started in 4, none of the guns had any grips or scopes, and you had to unlock them per weapon. So when you wanted to switch guns, essentially you were resetting yourself back down to using iron sights and no chokes or grips or anything like that. So unlocking shit is fun. I don't have a problem with that, but it sucks to have to use a gimped weapon for a few rounds just to get it up to combat readiness.
Yeah, they basically just handed you a club and like, go out there and hit somebody with it.
All right, now it's an automatic club.
Ooh.
The other problem I had is some unlocks completely invalidated other unlocks. So, the large health or the ammo crate would completely negate the smaller one. And I get it, like that's the point. You're playing more, you're getting better. But I would like to see an unlock system more similar to Overwatch, where you kind of have all of your abilities from the get-go, and then you just permute them. You change them a little bit. Maybe you change your skins, your voice packs, what have you. It'd be nice to just not feel like every time I switched class or a gun, I'm resetting everything. That kind of sucks.
On that note, we'd love some laser pants.
What does that mean? How do you?
We want to be solid gold soldiers.
That sounds even cooler.
We want lights projecting MLG-style air horns as we run around the battlefield.
Oh man, that sounds really. Come on, Dice, give us what we want, because clearly we know better than you.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah,
we've
wait,
made
wait,
billions of dollars on video. Yeah, wait, we haven't done any of that.
Battlefield!
You've just been sitting there ruining Star Wars.
Regardless, we'll have to wait a week to. Jeez, that was a big.
That one
slam
hurt.
on
That one hurt.
I like that game.
That was satire.
Regardless, we'll have to wait a week to see if we're getting those weed leaf gun skins or not. Crossing the fingers. How many season passes do you think they'll announce for this baby?
The new Call of Duty anthology should just be the box art should just be a weed leaf. And just
Can you
420.
just smoke it?
It's a soldier holding a bong.
That's enough Battlefield news from us. What do you think, Bender? Oh, you're just a puppy.
Oh man, look at that autofocus.
Your penis is all up there. Oh, he slapped it.
I read there's a post on Imager about this person that it started off with like, today I died, and I was like, what is this? And then it was about them putting their dog down. And I was just bawling on the toilet in the morning, like just sobbing.
Is that because you couldn't go to the bathroom? Or?
That's mostly why.
I kind of know how you feel. I was
You were
I was also sitting on the toilet.
Constipated?
No, yeah, a little bit.
The post shits constipation.
But I just wasn't getting any really good match colors in Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Oh yeah. That's
I hear you there, brother.